Hello my darlings, it's Dion Dean back with another video. So you guys know that makeup is my first love, and so since we're home, chillaxing, quarantining, I have time to catch up on my beauty videos, right? So one of the things that I've seen people do, or one of the activities or whatever that they're doing, is like the 10-minute face. And so I was like, you know what? I always say that I do my face quickly, but let's really see if I can do a 10-minute face. So let's get started. One of the key things I think is not beneficial, is necessary if you want to do a quick face, is palette. So I have this palette here from Inklot. You can get a palette or create a palette anywhere, but Inklot is known for their palette system. So one of the ways or strategies that I use to create a quick face is to make sure that I have everything in one. So that's why I love palettes like this. I have my eyeshadows here, my lippies here, and my blush here. Another thing is, when I'm doing a quick face, and this is what I travel with, this is like my basic travel face, is that I draw my brows instead of doing the brush. And so let's get started. Today, I'm not going to do Fenty. I think I'm going to do NARS. Another thing is, if you're doing a quick face, you don't have all the time for, I don't really do a lot of concealing or highlighting. I think that's for TV personally. And so I get a full coverage foundation just because I think that that's quicker. And so today I have 3 with me. The Marc Jacobs may be a little bit too light for it. I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to try this one. This is my favorite foundation. Okay, so let's get started. Just want to walk you through that so that I don't have to stop and start. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do, let me shake this up. Actually, no, this is kind of, yeah, let's do this one. This is like full coverage, but it might be too light for where I am. The thing that I love about this one is that you literally just need a couple dots. Like, you don't need a lot. So let's see. Let's see if a little can go a long way. And then you need the right brush. See, look at that. That was the little that you saw me do there. Did you see that? That little dot that I put there? All right, let's see. Look at that. Yeah, this may be a little bit too light for where I am. This is more like a winter shade, but let's see. Let's see. Did you see that? Did you see how much coverage came over that little dot? I look a totally different person. Did you see that? Yeah, it's a little bit too light, but we can make it work. Like, who? What blemish? I have no blemishes. Let me put a little bit of this NARS, just a little bit, just to bring the color down a little bit. I typically have 3 or 4 different shades because in South Florida, depending on the weather, you can be darker or lighter, depending on the tan. And so that's why I had that Marc Jacobs one, because I know you guys are like, that was a little light. Not really. Plus it's gonna warm up as it sits on the skin. All right, so there we go. Do I need, I'll put a little bit of concealer. I don't think I need it, but force the habit with that. This is YSL. And I use my hands a lot when I do my makeup, guys. Let's see. Quick makeup. Yeah, I use my fingers around my eyes. I just feel like it gets it where it needs to be. All right. So brows. A couple of you guys have asked me about brows before. I've been doing makeup a very long time. I was a promotional consultant for Clinique back in the day. So I've been doing makeup a long time, but my brows, I just never, it was only until like this past summer when I had a makeup event here in South Florida that I really felt comfortable doing my brows. I felt like they were okay, but they weren't like Instagram snatched. Instagram changed the game, honey. Everybody thought you were doing makeup until Instagram showed up and showed you that you weren't. So I have a very thin pencil. This is actually one from L'Oreal. I'm not a big drugstore brand makeup person. I just don't feel like it lasts. But I ran out of my Anastasia pencil. I have the Dip Brow, which is the powder, like the pomade. But I was caught off guard with what's going on in the world. So I wasn't able to get a pencil. But when you're doing something quick, wow, he's having fun out there. I feel like the pencil does the trick. So you see that? It's not perfect. I'm not going to go and do the whole highlighting under the brow. When you have 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes, right? So we're just going to try and make them sisters. I'm going to try and make them twins, but they may just end up being sisters. But prayerfully, they won't be cousins. They'll at least look related, right? All right. So you always want to go with the natural. And I'm a 90s girl, so you know we tweezed our eyebrows to heck. So tweezed and waxed and everything else. So I'm just going with my natural brow. And you can see how the foundation, that's what I love about this foundation. Do you see the glow? It's actually a glow that's like within the foundation. It's the best. Let me see, what's the name of it? Remarkable. Look at the glow. Like, that's not grease. That's just like natural highlight. It's like the best foundation ever. Sorry. It's like the best foundation ever. So I'm really just going in light strokes. When I do the bottom, I kind of already know what I'm doing, so I do that. But when you're filling it in, light strokes. Light strokes. Okay? All right, that's as good as it's going to get. All right, so of course I'm talking, so we're like 6-7 minutes in, but this is going to be really, really easy, guys. So when you're doing a quick face, you literally just want to go into the crease with your transition shade. So for me, I use this color as a transition shade. So any kind of rusty brown is what I would use. Going just really quickly. Probably like 5 to 10 seconds of really just going a little bit above your brow bone into your crease. See what I'm doing? Okay. Let's do the other eye. And for me, I tend to do natural, like if I'm doing a natural, like a 10-minute face, then it's going to be natural. It's not going to be, I have like boring makeup anyway. I don't really do a lot of color. I never really have. But since we are home, I'm going to be playing with pinks and greens and everything else. All right. So then I want to go in with this dusty rose pink kind of color, and that's what's going to be on the base of my lid. Let me use this mirror. And you just want to coat the lid. And the thing about doing a 10-minute face is getting good brushes. I invest in brushes. I really do. I invest in a good brush because a good brush is going to pick up the powder and lay it where it needs to be, so you're not having to like continuously pack on powder. I pack on powder just because it's force of habit, but look at that color there. But good brush. This is by Elo Cosmetics. This is by the beauty, oh gosh, I can't remember, the Makeup Club. Was that the name of it? Where I did my event this summer. I just bought a bunch of brushes. Sephora has good brushes. Marc Jacobs has good brushes if you want to spend a little bit more money. Sigma, Morphe. They have a Morphe store here in South Florida, so that's where I get a lot of my brushes. But this is like a great brush. All right. So then last but not least for me, what I do is after I've laid that color down, then I get a darker color just for in the corners. And I literally just go like right here, place it, and just fluff it. And this is a, oh, it's not named. Usually MAC usually has a number. This one does not. But you can see, I'm just literally like at the corner of my eye, lightly laying that down and blending it out. Okay? And I'm going to do the same here. In the corner. blending it out. There we go. All right, so quickly, I will do an eyeliner. As you guys saw with me in the last video, I actually do like to smoke out the bottom line, but you don't have to. If you have 10 minutes, then you don't really have to. You can just use an eyeliner. You can take it lower if you like. Same here. And I know you're like, Dion, how are you doing this? I've been doing makeup a very long time, guys. Since I was 17. Practice makes perfect. All right. So remember when I said having everything in this one palette? So now I have the eyes, I have the blush. Smile. And with Ink Blot, this is not sponsored, by the way. This is literally just a palette that I use. They have a bunch. I'll leave a video that I did probably about 2 years ago, because I went backstage with Ink Blot to their Bagley Mishka show, New York Fashion Week, a few years ago. Oh Lord, what did I just do here? A few years ago. And yeah, that's how I fell in love with the brand. I went to New York Fashion Week with them. All right. So I'm going to line with this. This is NARS Dance Fever. But again, I'm going back to this palette here. This is a lippy. And you don't have to. You can I could have just put that on. But the 90s girl in me have to line my lip. Oh, I didn't do mascara. And then, that's another thing. With mascara, this is Benefit Bad Gal Bang. And I think on Ulta today or tomorrow, they're having like half off of this. But the right mascara will change your life. So I like this one because it looks like little, can you see that? I like this one because it has like little combs, so you're literally like combing through your lash. I spend a lot of time on lashes. I really don't need to. With this mascara, you want a mascara that with like 2 or 3 strokes, it's going to change your whole lash game. Of course, I do more than 2 or 3 because I love mascara. I don't know why I feel like putting on mascara is so cathartic for me. Something about combing these little lashes and getting them the way that you want. My husband's like, how long are you going to do that? I love it. I love doing mascara. Love, love, love it. You see that? Versus that eye. This is one of the best mascaras in the game, guys. It really is, on the market. And you see the foundation? That foundation covered my face. Did you see that? And you see it's kind of warmed up. That's why when you go and try on foundation, you have to go put it on and then go walk around for a little bit. Don't put it on and just buy it right then and there. You need to see how it's going to oxidize to the skin. Oxidize on your skin and with the oxygen. Oxidize with oxygen on your skin. You need to see how it's going to react. You need to see what it looks like in daylight. Those Sephora lights are a lie, okay? Trust. So this is one with mascara, and that's none. This mascara is everything. Trust me. Oh, because with foundation, like Fenty Beauty, as much as I love my girl, this oxidizes. So when I first got it, I think I put on like 420, and that thing was so, it oxidized and just turned a totally different color on me after like 15-20 minutes. So I used that one and I just kind of mixed foundations to make it work. But the second time I went in, I knew that it oxidized. It just got darker and redder. So I'm actually $3.85. So any foundation that you wear, although they may want to, they may want to sell it to you right then and there and you need to buy it now, but no, just be like, I need to see how it feels on my skin. And not just feels on your skin, you need to know, if you're allergic to any of the products in it, you really need to take time when you're testing makeup, testing foundation, because you don't know if you're allergic, you don't know if the color is going to change. So I may do a video on like how to select foundation. I know I'm going way over 10 minutes, but that's because I love talking to you guys. And this mascara is everything. All right. So, this is my semi 10-minute face. But even so, 15 minutes in and 5 minutes of it was me talking. This is a quick face. Right? So that's it. I'm done. Oh, this foundation. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you something. Sephora, y'all may talk about me and like how much money I'm at. Well, y'all don't talk about my husband. It's just like, really, Dion? Spend money on the good stuff. This foundation, this is not sponsored. Okay, this is just my opinion. This foundation is just so glowy and beautiful. And it covered everything. You guys saw that, right? It covered everything. It was like magic. And I literally just put one dot, like one of these little dots. You saw the amount that I put on my face, and it covered my entire face. Too bad we're inside the house. I feel like I need to go somewhere. But here's my eye. You like? There you have it. My semi 10-minute face. It was 10 minutes. You guys know I talk. But it was 10 minutes. This is what I can do in 10 minutes. What can I do in 20? This glow. Okay, let me stop looking at myself. Okay. So that's my 10-minute face. So some tips for creating a 10-minute face or creating a look in a short amount of time is, once again, get a palette. I will, in the description box below, I think I'm going to create a blog post or something to link you to either Inkblot or some other brands. I know ColourPop, or I'll just leave a list of brands that do palettes. ColourPop, Inkblot, MAC Always, Beauty Geek. I feel like every major brand is a palette. And Mommy? If you, yes, love.
You're okay?
I am. Come look at my makeup. A bunch of different brands do this. So Mini Me's here. Mini Me.
Ooh, I like it.
Come. Do you like my makeup? What part do you like? You have to look at me. What part do you like?
I like the green. I like the green.
You see any green? There's no green on my face. Look at me. What do you like on Mommy's face?
I see pink.
You see pink? So you like my eyeshadow?
I have to go to watch TV.
Oh, she has to go watch TV. All right, that means my time is up. My 10 minutes is up. Time to go be mommy. Love you. We never pay retail. I'm gonna be doing some more makeup looks. So if you love them, you love them. If you don't, you know there are other videos for you to watch. But I love playing in makeup, so I love that you love watching me playing makeup. So you go play in makeup too. Come on now, let's get it together. Bye. All right. So we talked about the labeling of the shoe. We saw this with White House Black Market, how they actually stitched the label into the shoe. Jimmy Choo has the same. Okay. What you will notice about this is that the same amount of stitching on the bottom is the same amount of stitching on the top. A lot of times there are counterfeit Jimmy Choo, Louboutin, Manolo Blahniks out there, and a lot of times you can tell that it's not real because the symmetry of the stitching.